this little snippet, we're going to be deep cleaning our sewing machines. To clean your sewing machine, you'll need some machine oil, a little piece of scrap fabric, an old paintbrush, and a screwdriver. I had a little kit of things that came with my sewing machine, including a little brush and a little screwdriver. But don't worry if your machine didn't come with these things. You can just use things that are around the house. They'll do the same job. I got this machine oil from the supermarket, but you can also find it at the haberdashery. I clean my machine out every few months. Mine was starting to sound a little bit clunky, so I knew it was time to give it an oil. It's really easy to do and doesn't take very long at all. First, we need to open up the underneath of the machine where the bobbin lives to access the mechanics. We need to take out the retention ring and also the hook piece. To do that, just clip the holders out of the way. Everything will probably fall out like mine did. As you can see, there's a lot of fluff and it's really time to give this machine a clean. Then with your machine oil and your brush, put a little bit of oil onto the brush. This is one of those less is more kind of things, so don't go crazy with the oil. A little goes a long way. Get into all the nooks and crannies and get out all the fluffy bits. I ended up using a paintbrush because I needed something longer and I couldn't get to the back with the little one that I had. Now I'm going to take off the needle plate to get to the dust underneath there. Then with your little piece of scrap fabric, put a little bit of oil onto that as well and wipe everything inside. I also put a little bit of oil onto the hook piece and also the retention clip. And gave the bobbin a little once over as well. Now we just need to put everything back where it was. Next, we need to take off the top cover that houses all the other moving bits and pieces that operate the machine. Every machine will be a little bit different. The screw that holds the lid in place might be easily viewed on your machine. On mine, it has a little cover, so I need to pop that off to access the screw. And then once you take the cover off, we can easily get to everything. With the oil here, we can put a little bit more as some of these moving parts don't touch the thread and do a lot of hard work. So it's good to get them nice and back in good working order. I go over everything with the cloth again, just in case there's any like excess oil and dirt. Now all we have to do is put the cover back on and we're ready to get sewing again. I like to do a little sample test in case there's any excess oil, and we can get rid of that in this little test. We don't want it to be on our lovely proper fabrics. I hope you found that helpful. It's really quite easy to clean the machine out and helps the machine to run smoothly. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please like and subscribe for some more sewing videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching.